Hello and welcome to another episode of Rufus Eats Cheese. Something shocking occurred to me the other day. I haven't ever done a brie video. So before we dive into this beautiful cheese, which I've had many times, I just want to say a big thanks to everyone who's watched, liked and commented on my videos. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the little bell so that you will be notified when a new video comes out. So, this is the beautiful Brie de Meaux. I've had this many times. This one's a little different from my previous experiences with Brie de Meaux. This is made by Rouzaire, and obviously it is still a proper Brie de Meaux. Brie de Meaux received its AOC protection in 1980, so you can't just make it anywhere. It's a proper thing. Bizarrely, it's not actually really made in the village of Meaux, which is just outside the designated region, the designated area where this cheese is permitted to be made. But this beautiful cheese from the Rouzaire family has a slightly different nose, for me anyway. So it has a lot of mushroom going on. So if you've seen my video with the Emmentaler fine, which is mould cheese with a little bit of blue in the middle, which is a beautiful cheese, by the way. I'll put a link up here. It smells quite similar to that. It doesn't have the same nose as Brie de Meaux I've had in the past, which is interesting. I also wanted to try out I got a new knife, a Bosca knife. This one's actually for soft and semi-hard cheeses, so I could have used it for something like cheddar, or for like a Gorgonzola Piccante with a little bit more resistance to it. But I'm actually going to use it for this brie, which is quite soft, just because I really want to try it out. It's a lovely looking knife. I'll stick a link down below if you fancy picking one up and giving it a try. It's got the little Swiss cheese holes, which means there's not so much surface for the cut surface of the cheese to stick to, so you should be able to take it off and you'll be able to get the cheese off your knife quite easily. So this is made with unpasteurised cow's milk. It has to be made in a particular area of France. As I said, it's got its AOC protection. It's not a cheese you can just make anywhere. But the Brie de Meaux has a couple of other little interesting tidbits. In 1815, at the Congress of Vienna, which was put together basically to rebuild Europe after Napoleon, this cheese was referred to as the King of Cheese, which is, obviously a title which is supposed to belong to Roquefort, though there are definitely other usurpers that would like that title as well. I think we need to do a kind of a heavyweight taste-off at some point. Let me know in the comments if that's something you'd like to see. As you can see, this cheese is reasonably soft. It's been out of the fridge for quite some time, but it's not escaping. I have had brie before where basically you end up with just the white rind and then a puddle around it where it's escaped so quickly. This one has definitely got that squidginess going on, but it's still reasonably firm. So I think the best thing to do is probably dive in and give it a try. Christening my new knife at the same time. Let's cut off a little piece like this. This brie doesn't actually look that mature compared with some of the others. Brie de Meaux is actually only aged for 8 weeks, which is surprising for something that's, you know, a reasonably strong cheese. You would imagine that perhaps it was a lot older than that. So the inside surface that I've just cut, as you can maybe see, it has very much a colour of clotted cream. It's got that sort of slight vanilla-iness going on. It's a little paler than the shop cut surface, which was that one. So this is the inside surface. Let's check what it smells like. Oh, it's so mushroomy. It's really, really mushroomy. So much so, it's quite hard to detect anything else. I am just about getting a few fresh notes to it as well, which is surprising for a cheese like this. But let's give it a go. Mmm. 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 And there's all that creaminess. It's almost like it was hiding away, like it was shy. So, oh, that's so good. Let me try this piece. I'll try and describe it for you. So the first notes are mushroomy, really mushroomy, beautiful. And then some more creamy flavours. I wouldn't say it's really buttery. It definitely stops short of being buttery. It's more like fresh cream. It's not too yogurty either. It's not like a lactic yogurty freshness. It's very much like cream. It's very savoury at the same time. This umami we've spoken of before, this savoury taste. It's not salty, but there's definitely a very savoury flavour with that cream. Those mushroom notes are staying all the way through. It's still mushroomy. So this one's probably made just the same as any other Brie de Meaux, which it is required to be for its designation, protected designation. But perhaps the unique flora of where this is made produces this exceptional mushroomy flavour. I don't think I've ever had a Brie de Meaux that's as mushroomy as this. I like it. It's good. It's good. And sometimes Brie de Meaux can be a little bit slightly bitter for my taste. So sometimes I like Brie. I have to be in the mood sometimes for Brie de Meaux. But this is beautiful and light. And I would be surprised if I don't finish this piece. It doesn't matter that I've already had a piece, it's still full flavour, everything dialed up to 11, beautiful richness to it. That is an absolutely beautiful cheese. If you had Brie de Meaux but you've not had the Rouzaire one, give it a try. You can find it in supermarkets in the UK. It's so creamy, it really is like cream, just creamy. If you live in the UK, you've had clotted cream, this tastes like clotted cream, or almost texture-wise, it's almost like a New York cheesecake, that baked cheesecake thing going on. You can see off this edge here, there's this beautiful center section here, which has a lovely texture, and then on the outside, this beautiful bloom with such a good cheese. Very, very nice cheese. I'm still quite blown away by just how mushroomy it really is. I'm wondering what this would be like melted. I think this would be phenomenal. If you like something like a baked potato, maybe with some of this in, a couple of wedges in there just to goo up, or even as cheese on toast, that would go beautifully, I imagine. Again, I think with this, I would probably want to pair something like a nice white wine, something like a Chardonnay with those floral notes to balance that rich, earthy mushroominess of this. It's almost like truffles. It's almost like eating a truffle. It's absolutely beautiful, but quite different to other brie that I've had. I know with camembert you can get very much a cabbagey kind of note to it. Brie normally has a much fresher kind of rind. This one's very mushroomy in a really good way. So quite pleased with this, by the way. It's really nice. They do a whole set. This is number 2 in the set. And they do some nice ones for very hard cheese, for very soft cheese. They do spreaders. You can get a set as well for splitting a big piece of hard cheese as well. If you've got a large piece of cheese you want to break open, sometimes the nice way to do it is to actually cleave it. So you score it and then break it apart. That works really well. I'm going to have another piece of this just because it's so incredibly tasty. So, there we go. Yeah, I better cut it in half. I better cut it in half rather than having the entire thing in one go. Let's have this little piece here, this little tiny piece. Oh, go on then, you can stay on there as well. So creamy and mushroomy. Even with a piece in my mouth, those mushroom notes are really coming through on the nose. So absolutely beautiful. Much less gooey than I was expecting, but nevertheless excellent. So if you've enjoyed Brie de Meaux and you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and drop me a comment if you tried it or if you'd like to try it. Perhaps you're having a job finding somewhere to get it where you live. Let me know. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more, remember to subscribe and hit that bell notification, and I will see you next time